So we are doing a video on Turkish desserts, and obviously the main one, or the first one you might think of, is Turkish Delight. Now, Turkish Delight, how I grew up knowing it and how I knew it for many years, were those little pink squares that all you can taste is rose water and it's covered in like icing sugar. Now these already do not look like that, and I don't think you get many of those little squares that I grew up knowing as Turkish Delight. The other thing with those ones is you only taste rose water. For me, that's all I can taste, and I wouldn't say I don't like rose water, but I'm not a massive fan. I'm the kind of person, I might want one bite and then that's enough. These ones often, I don't know if this is always the case because the main ingredients of Turkish Delight is sugar and starch, but some of the ones we've tried, I don't know about these ones specifically, but some of the ones we've tried have no sugar. They were sweetened with honey. So I don't know if that's a new method of them. I don't know if it's a health conscious thing, or there seems to be a big honey industry here, or if what I've read about it, they actually mean honey instead of sugar, or what, I'm not too sure. But anyway, I'm gonna try these. You can see they're all very different from one another, like the colors. These ones look creamy, this one looks like a gel. So I think traditionally it was gel based, but now I don't know if it's evolved to this or if this is a different thing, but when you buy it, it seems to be under the category of Turkish Delight. Also, this place was selling it for 140 lira per kilogram, but this was 60?
This was 70.
70 lira.
So half a kilo. Yeah.
So this is half a kilo. So I'm just going to take like little pieces off each one because they cut it quite thick. So this is I don't know what each individual one is, but this is orange and it looks like macadamia nut in here. Right off the bat, all you taste is nuttiness. It's not macadamia, it's hazelnut. Very hazelnutty. Not a drop of... maybe it is rose water, but it's not. If there is, there's a very small amount because... In fact, in this one, it might not be rose water, it might be orange blossom. But that's very good. Again, not as I know Turkish Delight. So I'm going to try this creamy one. Outside is a bit sticky.
Tough.
Before coming here, if I saw this, I would not have thought that this is Turkish Delight. To me, that does not, again, in my mind, which I know is not the real thing, but I never knew Turkish Delight to look creamy. So this looks creamy with the roasted nut on the outside. And then it's got that skin on the outside too, with a very soft brownie. That is so good. It's weird, the outside skin makes me think of a tougher mochi kind of thing. Similar kind of consistency, but that almost makes me think of a... This is not exactly the right way to explain it, but it almost makes me think of a cookie dough, or it's creamy and delicious. It's not... That is so good. I also want to try this weird one that's got the spiral. It's got like the pink and white, and then it looks like pistachios in the middle and pistachios on the outside. Okay, it's quite a big bite, but anyway. Yeah, it's a lot of pistachios in it. Not sure what the... it smells nice. This one is almost like a marshmallow kind of texture. What I love about these is they're not overly sweet. They're not sickly sweet. I would eat this many times over before I consider having what I know as Turkish Delight. This is way better. I'm just gonna try one of these purpley ones next. This one looks like it's coated in saffron, but I don't think it is saffron. Like saffron would be way too. It's probably like a dyed. Oh, it looks like a flower. Ooh. It smells kind of floral too. Well, I'm sure eating the other one.
Can you show me the outside of it? Oh yeah.
See, on first glance, it looks like saffron, but there's no way that they would put saffron out like that. That's crazy. But smelling it, it smells floral.
It does smell floral.
Okay. I don't know what they taste like. It's sweet. It does have a bit of a floraliness to it.
So Turkish Delight, like Karen said, back home in New Zealand, all we know is rose syrup cubes, and at very best, there's that one coated in coconut, I think, with a hazelnut in the middle, which is quite nice, but that's all we know. And then we come here, and then there's like an entire shop that literally just has, honestly, like 20, 30 different types of Turkish Delight. So there is no shortage of nuts in these. There's no shortage of nuts at all. Like, look at this, pistachios everywhere. Look at this, pistachios everywhere with what looks like dried pomegranate. This one, pistachios everywhere with mysterious coating. Oh no, that looks like the pastry that they use for some of the baklava. They roast it or fry it, and then they coat it in that. And look at this one here. This looks like a hybrid between a nougat and a pistachio.
To me, that looks like nougat.
Yeah. And then this one here, I don't even know what the hell that is, but it looks like they put those kids' candies, those little trumpets. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those biscuits with like a filled thing, like a wafer biscuit?
No.
Yeah, look. You know those kids' wafer biscuits with the chocolate in the middle, and it's like a round wafer tube?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they put it in there. So there's obviously some flavors that's been kind of innovated throughout the years, but I think the spirit of it is still there. I'm going to try that weird one that Karen had because I really want to know what it is. And man, they are like tough. Like you got to cut them like.
You don't need much of it to get full, like because of the starchiness of it. It's
That's delicious. But I don't know what it is.
because
No
it's
idea.
not an obvious flavor. It tastes sweet, and you can taste that it's a little bit floral, maybe, but very, very subtle.
Yeah, no idea what it is though. It is very subtle. It's a floralness to it, but no idea what it is. This one is the dried pomegranate with pistachio. I love how everything has pistachios. If I'm going to have nuts in and around my mouth, I want it to be a pistachio.
No, the hazelnut one is really nice
Okay,
too.
the hazelnut's good too, but pistachio is better. And that pomegranate one.
I like all the nuts. I don't discriminate against any nuts.
I'm a nutist. I'm a nut racist. And that pomegranate one is really nice. It's got like a saltiness and savoriness from the pistachio, and then like a sour sweetness.
Try that creamy one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I am right in that theory. Oh shite. Okay. Yeah, I am. Look, it is a wafer thing. See? It is a wafer thing. They actually put a wafer, those wafer biscuit things. So obviously this is not traditional. This is obviously targeting.
Maybe those wafer biscuits were made 300 years ago, and
Actually, that's probably right. Yeah. The sultans were like wafer rolls. It's nice, but it tastes a little bit artificial.
To be fair, you don't like those wafer roll
No.
biscuits anyway, so
I don't. I'm gonna try this one.
yeah, it's a weird color. It's kind of like just hold it.
Is that?
Yeah, it kind of has a orangey, greeny tinge to it.
Let
Like
me
I guess the green is from the pistachio. What does it smell like?
Pistachio. It smells like pistachio. Man, it's tough. Look at that. It's like. That's like a toasted honey. Toasted honey with pistachio. You know.
Cut me a piece. Cut me a piece.
And a drop of lemon. So sweet thing is my jam. Like sweets, my jam.
Interesting.
And I'm like a pig in mud.
See, Henry's just going for it. There's no stopping him now.
I'm like a pig in mud. Like sweets is my Achilles heel. It's my kryptonite. Oh wow.
Which one is your favorite so far?
Your favorite so far? Pomegranate and the pistachio. But I'm gonna try this. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's been coated in rose petals and it smells like rose or something. So I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that's just rose. But rose and pistachio. They've all been really good. Try Turkish Delight when you're in Turkey because, I mean, you know, it's a delight to try the Turkish Delight in Turkey. It's a Turkish delight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We are trying Halva Ali. That's the place's name, Halva Ali. And it's a halva dessert with ice cream. So halva is kind of hard to explain because it doesn't seem to be a very specific thing. You get it in a big region of the world, mainly like Persia, the Middle East, but it doesn't seem to be one specific thing in one specific format, but it's usually a dessert that's made with salmonella flour or flour, and it often contains nuts or honey. So yeah, it's I don't even know what to expect. This is the original one, which is hot, but I can feel that it's also cold because there's ice cream in there, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to take a big bite, and you can see it is a semolina kind of color. It's quite rich. Like it feels heavy in your mouth. That's generally what semolina feels like because it's made. What is it made from? It's just wheat, but it's usually like a rougher grain. I've made semolina cakes before and stuff like that. It's quite dense and heavy. Like even this little thing feels very dense. There's roasted chopped peanuts on top, which makes it quite nice. It's very sweet. It's not a very obvious flavor. Like it is a grainy flavor. So it's not like you taste this and go, you can pick the flavor straight away because semolina is quite a neutral flavor. So this is a dessert we've seen quite a few places around here. It's really nice, very heavy. Ooh,
What is that?
ice cream. No. Is that ice cream?
I don't know.
Remember like a cream?
Yeah, maybe it's
You know like that cream that we get on baklava?
Yeah, it's like cream, I think.
But there's other nuts and stuff inside here too, which is quite nice. I'm gonna try this one. This is a pistachio one, but it's cold. Yeah, so it feels cold. So that one was hot. It's so dense. But yeah, that one has a lot of ice cream.
I see.
This one is like, you know it's semolina because of the texture, but you know it's pistachio because of the flavor. So This one, the flavor you can really only taste is peanuts, whereas this is, you know, you get a pistachio hit in your face. Like, look how green that is. But yeah, it's quite cool. I mean, I wonder what this one would have been like if it was hot as well, because it's quite nice hot, but both are really good. So yeah, there you go. Another dessert here in Istanbul, Turkey.
So another dessert that we're going to film today is actually the Kunife. So the Kunife is like a cheese that is kind of like pan fried in these this tin pans, little round kind of cakes made with this special cheese. And I think they soak it in syrup and they put some pistachios on top, like some ground pistachios. But what I'm going to have today is a slight twist to that, is actually Kunife with ice cream, with Turkish ice cream. So Turkish ice cream is slightly different because it takes a little bit longer to melt, so it's made a little bit differently. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to have today. So the Kunife has arrived. As you can see, there's pistachio in the middle, and then there's also the ice cream. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the ice cream on the Kunife. And let that settle in a bit, and I'm going to start cutting it. So the thing with Kunife is that you have to eat it while it's hot. If you don't eat it while it's hot, it starts to kind of like harden because it's a type of cheese. So it's like a cheese wrapped in this kind of pastry, like a little pastry type thing. There, look at that. Look at that. It's not for everyone. Karen doesn't like it, but I just can't get enough of it. But you have to eat it when it's hot, or else it's game over. It just becomes all yuck and coagulated and hardened, and it's not very pleasant. But when it's hot, man. Well-known dessert in Turkey. I suggest you give it a go at least once, with or without the ice cream. I think with the ice cream. Not everyone does it with the ice cream though, which I don't understand why, because with the ice cream it's so much better. But it's chewy, it's sweet, the pastry around it is all crispy and browned and cereally. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
This is our last dessert for this video. It's Tavuk göğsü, which is, I'm probably butchering that, but it's a chicken dessert, and it's made with milk, flour and mashed up chicken breast. So they boil chicken breast until it's extremely soft, and they shred it very finely, and sometimes they mash it up basically into a paste, and that goes in there. And then this darker covering is a cinnamon covering, from my understanding, although it doesn't smell like cinnamon at all. So the history of this is in the sultans from the Ottoman Empire would eat this as a delicacy, and now it's still something that you can find here. But yeah, so the texture of it's quite firm. This is refrigerated. Yeah, and it's very milky. It honestly, it looks like if it's milk and flour and chicken and sugar, probably it's literally just been probably boiled together and cooled down, and now it's this hard. I mean, it's got a bounce to it, but it's pretty hard. But yeah, I'm gonna try it. So I've never really had a dessert. We've had that smoothie with chicken breast in it in Bangkok. I'll put a card to it above. But yeah, it's weird. It's got like a fibrous texture, kind of like some of the cheeses that you get here can be quite fibrous and stringy. So I don't know if that's from something else, or if that's the chicken. I would think that that could be the chicken causing that kind of texture, or creating that texture, should I say. It's delicious. No. I can't explain it. It's very... You don't taste chicken breast, but you can... It tastes... the flavor is actually quite nice. I think what I'm not a fan of is... I don't know. Maybe it's too cold. Maybe it needs to sit out of the fridge for an hour. So, you know, like a cake, you can't have it straight away out of the fridge. It's better when it's kind of room temperature. But yeah, the flavor actually gets better the more you eat it. No chicken breast flavor, no chicken breast texture at all. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I'd enjoy eating the whole thing. Maybe if it was more fresh. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be eaten warm or cold. This is cold. I think when we've had it in a restaurant before, it was also cold. But definitely interesting and worth trying. The flavor really is not bad. I mean, it's just so stringy, so it's almost hard to chew. Like, it's very dense, you know. But yeah, anyway, these are desserts that we've had in Turkey, and I hope that you've enjoyed the video. And if you try any of these desserts, or if you have tried it, and if you have a favorite, let us know. We'd love to hear about your experiences.